Okay. So welcome everyone, and for the purpose of today's talk, I think we are just assuming that you are here because you are seeing for yourself to a way to decode some situation in your life, or maybe some behavioral pattern in yourself. So when we talk about you have something which you want to decode, that tells us that whatever situation you are facing the challenge with, you have been trying different ways to resolve it. You could have already tried certain ways, and maybe the situation has already improved but has not resolved fully. And that is why you are here today. So, what happens when we are trying to resolve a particular situation or a pattern in our life and nothing is working out? What does that tell us? It tells us that probably we are not even using our complete potential, and we are only trying our best in the present situation to manage the situation or to find out a way out of it. Yeah. So this tells us that whatever might that situation be, the root cause lies somewhere else. It is not in the present. It could be an emotional pattern, it could be a repetitive situation, or a behavioral pattern that you are experiencing, and you are trying to apply all your logic, all your analysis to maybe react differently or take different kinds of actions or do different manifestation techniques so that you can start attracting different situations, different realities. But all of that you are trying with your current understanding. Yeah. Now, here I'm not negating your current understanding. What I'm saying is that is probably not your is not your full potential. So where is your full potential then? So here comes the root cause where the situation actually started. Now, with our experience of working with our clients, uh, the first 8 years of our life are very, very crucial. From the moment we, like the soul entered in mother's womb, so those 9 months, the womb stage, and from there, the first 8 years of our life, they are very, very crucial, and the blueprint or the subconscious programming is already there. And based on that, certain things are possible for us and certain things are either impossible or definitely very, very difficult for us. Yeah. Now, when we are talking about this particular age of our life, there is something called as socio-economical, educational, and religious background, which plays a big role in our upbringing. For example, what might be right for one person with a certain religion may not be right for another person with different religion. Now, here we are not going into the debate what is right and wrong, but for their own belief system and their family's values, certain things are right and certain things are wrong. And with that, we have a particular base of our life on which we create our life. Or maybe when we were growing up, our parents had certain kinds of experiences in their life, in their business, or in their relationships, or about their experiences of money. And from there, they already have a kind of fixed belief that uh, it's not easy to earn money, or it is not always right to trust people, or it's not good to do business, or a girl should be this way only, or boy should be that way only. And with that, either consciously or unconsciously, carrying all those beliefs, when we grow up and we get certain skills to become independent in our life, all those beliefs keep on controlling us and we don't even know, right? It is like a carpet is already ready and on that we are building our life. So when do we find or go looking for help? When the skills that we have already acquired are not working anymore, or a certain situation and behavior is repeating again and again. That's when we try to um find ways which otherwise wouldn't fit our logic, right? And most of the healings and therapies fall under that category. They come under quantum physics. So how do, when I resolve my issue at subconscious level, my behavior or my situation changes in the current reality? Maybe the logic doesn't have any answer for it, but we all have, or you all have experienced it in some or the other way. That's why you are here today. Yeah. So now when we are talking about decoding the blueprint, what we are saying is you need to find out, when you are trying to decode or crack the situation that you are working on today, what are the ways you are using? Maybe they are not actually the ways that will help you resolve the situation, but they are actually the coping mechanisms with which you are trying to resolve the situation. So what different coping mechanisms could there be? Priya, would you like to add something over here?
Yeah. So the coping mechanisms, I mean, before we go into the coping mechanisms, I would like to, speak a little about the carpet that Gayatri was talking about, the blueprint that is made, and how do we understand. So there's a very beautiful example which I read, a small story. So there's a water body like an ocean, and there are two new fishes which are swimming in that. And there's an experienced big fish which comes in front of them and asks these two new fish, "How is the water?" And these two new fish, they just go past, and one fish asks the other, "What is water?" So when Gayatri is saying the carpet on which the blueprint, or the carpet on which we live, the blueprint on which we live, is the water around us. It is so evident, or it is so normal
Present.
for us, so-called normal for us, that we feel that this is the way life is. Yeah. And we sometimes just live on that carpet and try to cope in ways that we say कि यही carpet के ऊपर अपना life बनाओ. शायद वो carpet हमारा है ही नहीं. It is not a part of our being at all. It is something that we have acquired because of social, economic, educational, religious, or regional or parental conditioning, or things like that.
Yeah.
So it's so evident in the way we live that we say इस पे हम इस फाउंडेशन पे हम जितना बना सकते हैं वो हम देखते जाएंगे, जबकि शायद वो भी कोपिंग ही है. And when we say coping, for example, like Gayatri said, if there's a belief system that the parents had that business करना difficult है, या hard work से ही पैसे मिलेगा, for example, and your journey is not about hard work. Your journey is about लोगों को trust नहीं करना चाहिए. And for you as a person, as a soul, it's very easy. You connect with people very easily. Then these belief systems will keep clashing all through your life, and you will not be able to crack it at all. Because for you, you have lived on an evident carpet or a blueprint saying that ye to hai hi. So most times what we have noticed in our clinic is the things which even like we have therapists sitting over here. Shubda is a therapist. Hema, Shilpa, you're a therapist yourself. Dimple, Sunanda, Anahita, Chetan, you all have done work on yourself. So कभी कभी ना ऐसे लगता है कि जितना भी काम करो ना ये पैटर्न बदल नहीं रहा या ये बिहेवियर बदल नहीं रहा या ये ना क्रैक ही नहीं हो रहा क्योंकि वो ब्लूप्रिंट में वो फाइल तक अभी तक हम पहुंचे ही नहीं हैं जिसपे ये बड़ा कोपिंग बन चुका है या लाइक गायत्री एंड आई वर टॉकिंग टुडे कोपिंग इतना स्ट्रॉन्ग है और इतना यू नो it's so necessary. The coping is so necessary that you cannot live without the coping. Like for example, any person who wants to not look at a hurt or a trauma which has happened in childhood and for that has created a very good career, you know, has created a lot of wealth, now will not want to let go of working in a career or working a particular way because ये coping टूट जाएगा तो ये basis of life ही चला जाएगा ना. But what we have noticed is this coping or this way of life requires a lot of energy because it is not your natural way of being. It's like you're standing on someone else's carpet. And that will require more energy than understanding what is your carpet of life. So there will be periodic breakdowns at different points of time in life. Yes, Gayatri? That's what we were getting to, right?
Yeah. Also, like sometimes, you know, people are like, Priya said that they have made a carpet. Now it is working. So like we had a client who said, I don't want to let go of my insecurity because my insecurity keeps me on toes and I work better in my career. So I have multiple issues and I'm ready to address other issues, but make sure that even in that session, even indirectly, my insecurity should not go away. So when you say that issues are interconnected and I heal one issue, the other issue can go away, then I don't want to heal because that insecurity will go away and it will make me lazy. So now what will happen to such a person? Maybe they will keep on building the business or career on insecurity. Maybe it will keep on growing, but that insecurity, that energy is there in the system. Once we feel that emotion and we can't do anything about it, it will remain stuck in the system. It will come out in different forms. Maybe the insecurity will start popping up in relationships, or it will go and create some health issue. And that's when we have also met some people who come to us and say, we have everything in life, but we don't have peace. We are not able to get sleep. Or everything is fine, but I just keep feeling angry. Now, with whom I'm angry, I have no clue. Maybe this self-anger will come in the way of feeling peaceful and calm.
Or my anger is the impetus for me to live. Like I live my life only like a rebel. I don't show it. So for them to understand that they need to or they have to break the coping of anger is something that they might not be ready for.
Yeah? And if you find anything like this in your life, after today's talk, we would want you to sit and check. If there is any such aspect with which you are scared of letting go of this particular carpet, then it is taking most of your energy, which you can actually free and utilize in the direction of living your truthful life and creating your life from there. Because what is nature's law? If we put a seed in the soil and we water it and give it a basic nurturing, what happens? It grows. It naturally grows, right? This is what, like, when things are properly in place, the growth is natural. So when I have my energy in the direction of my growth, and even if I have one thought and there is no blocking thought to it, the universe is naturally going to support my each thought and give me the rightful results. That's how some people, just think and they create things with speed of light, in action, just by manifestation techniques, or they just think about something and the ideas start coming up. But if we do not want to change the carpet, as Priya said, because maybe it becomes painful or fearful that if I let go of this entire base of my life, what will happen? Then, no matter what we try, this trapped energy keeps coming out in different aspects. And then it may be a bigger breakdown later on.
Yeah. So maybe each one of you could just take pause for 2 minutes and think about the aspect that you started with to decode. Okay. Is this any way where I have so there could be things that are so subconscious or unconscious that you will say, nahi, ye to aisa nahi hai. But if you keep staying with this inquiry now, someday your mind will show you, nahi, ye aapka natural nahi hai. Like we had a client who had a very big session yesterday or 2 days back, where the entire family believes कि हाँ थोड़ा बहुत support सबका ले लेके कर लो ना चीजें, और उसका ये था कि नहीं, मतलब just be true to who you are, face yourself and do ना, ये थोड़ी ना ऐसे होता है. But फैमिली में ऐसे चलते आ रहा है, या दीदी ने ऐसे बोल दिया कि चलेगा, लाइफ ऐसे ही होता है, एक दूसरे का सपोर्ट ले लेके चलो. So it was so against him that he could starkly see the difference. कि ये मुझे चलता नहीं है. I am not able to play these cards. Or even if I play these cards, the growth is not happening.
Because its conscience somewhere is not aligned with taking the support and not resolving the real issue. So probably he feels ashamed of taking support. So he takes the support, but there is no growth in life. And when he could finally resolve that, he could see that because I really have my strength and that is hidden, I want support to find the real strength, not just to manage my life.
So that,
yeah.
so things which are starkly where you believe na andar se jab your conscience says nahi, this is not working for me, that means it is showing somewhere truly who you are at the core. Again, that also would require a lot of layers, because it could be something that you have heard so many times, you have heard your parents say so many times. So that's why we say that when you come to a therapist, at least the first session that Gayatri and I do is we sit and take the entire situation of life in hand. What is happening in different aspects of your life where you feel a particular way. And we help not only decode it, but find a way where when one aspect of your life changes, the other aspects also starts flourishing. Yeah. So, yeah, Gayatri, is there something that you would like to add more?
I think what we all, want to share with you, that when you sit and you find certain patterns that you are not able to resolve, uh, just check if you are doing the work in the right direction, and are you willing to let go of any unhealthy carpet on which you are living and you have created your entire life. There could be fear that now I see that, based on this, I have gotten into marriage and now I feel like ye rahe aise. So that fear will be, that situation will be real for you. We are not saying just step out of it, but at least start telling yourself the truth that, okay, fine, the carpet on which I have created my life is not healthy for you. At least this particular aspect, it is not coming from the healthy uh, context. And tell yourself the truth. When you start acknowledging truth, you will find access to overcome your fear. And that's when you can think of doing something about it in reality. So that if you feel like changing the carpet one day, you can at least take one small step towards it.
You can't, you, I mean, so one aspect of my life I can share was that when I got married, I was not ready for marriage. Maybe not that I was not like ready, but I was not in the frame. It was not on the cards. For a very long time, I kept wondering, why did I do what I did? So it's not like going back when Gayatri is saying go and change the carpet. It's not about undoing the actions that you have done. Not completely. You can't undo everything, but you can break the coping of it. You can break the coping. You can find strength and make a choice from your. And
And
weave
when
the
you really want to change break the coping and then change your approach towards that situation, then that will bring complete acceptance of the situation, not the resigned acceptance that because I don't have a choice of coming out of marriage today. I'm just taking that example because
yeah,
Priya said. So I don't have choice, so accept. That acceptance is not real acceptance. That creates another layer of issue for us.
yeah,
Because the inner conscience keeps feeling that, oh, I'm not true to myself. So complete acceptance is what, when you start celebrating the situation the way it is, because you feel that this is how it was supposed to be. That's when you are not only free from it, you can walk out of it and your energy gets free, which you were putting into manage it. And that's when what you can actually create is something called a zone of abundance for yourself, because you know who you truly are inside. And every day, one step at a time, you start living in that direction. And eventually, the example that I gave, the seed is sowed and it naturally grows. You can find yourself in that. So whatever it is, if you find that you are in a situation which cannot be changed, we are not saying the healings and therapies is not about undoing the situation completely. Maybe if one wants to do that is also possible. But if you don't want to do and you still want to feel free, you still want to feel what you lost when you got into that situation, you can get that back. So today's talk could be a scary one if you find that carpet. Okay, but
yeah,
we want you to sit with that. So far it was in your unconscious. Today it will come into your conscious awareness. It will help you. It's like I was lazy and I was not aware. Today I'm aware and I'm lazy. It will at least be a better thing to be. Because in an awareness, I'm being lazy, tomorrow I can do something about it. Right? And half the healing gets done when we start acknowledging the unconscious. So sit with it. Sit with it, and whenever you feel ready, go and seek help. If you have a therapist, you have your own healer with whom you sit and do your work, go to them and sit with this and take your one baby step towards it. I think that was the only purpose we wanted to share or talk on this topic today.
Also, I read a post today, for people who are breaking generational patterns in the family, it is important that you seek help outside your family of origin. That's because in your family of origin or in your family, the belief systems are the same. So it's very difficult for a like-minded person also, or a like-minded friend also. Like today, Gayatri and I were talking, we were like, if someone's worried, the first thing that comes out is don't worry. It doesn't say, oh, you're worried. So what's worrying you? What exactly is worrying you? Yeah. So that can happen either by a qualified professional, or it can happen by someone who doesn't believe in what you believe in. They can show you a different belief system. They can show you a different possibility. And from there, you will start thinking, acha, ye bhi ho sakta hai. And then you go into the quest of, then what is it that I truly believe in? And how do I want to create my life? So, as Gayatri
Also,
rightly said, ऐसा आपको लग सकता है कि मेरे पैरों तले जमीन खिंच गई आज, या मैं कहाँ से जी रहा हूँ, कहाँ से जी रही हूँ लाइफ. Why do I want? What do I want? Do I truly want it also?
or is it me who wants it really?
Yeah.
Or maybe I'm not even aware, one of my parents wanted it for me and I have just given in to that
I've
particular
given my
belief.
life to live their dream, or I've given my life to prove something to someone else.
Yeah.
So that will give a lot of freedom and a lot of strength. Believe me on that.
I think one more point I would like to add here is many times with certain repetitive patterns which are very hard to break. Uh, I have seen some of my clients to always seek some past life related to that. That there was a past life because of which this has come. But more than a past life, more valuable and truthful healing lies for all of us in our current life's past healing. That womb stage and the child till the age of 8, the inner child. Why? For one simple reason. That particular past life, in some other time and space, it is already over. That program that was running, that is already over. But this particular child, this life is still going on and that child is still alive, and that's why its trauma is more pressing. It has less amount of comprehension, because why we are saying till the age of 8 it is too crucial a time for us, because the logic is not fully developed. So for the child already logic is less. Younger the child, lesser the logic. So most of the life is incomprehensible. A lot of things those happen around children, they don't yet have an understanding. And then in that, a trauma happens. Now, in a trauma, what exactly happens is whatever amount of logic is there, that gets shut down. The connection between the right brain and the left brain goes away. And for that particular traumatic moment, whatever conclusion and coping mechanism is getting created with that limited understanding of the child, because the connection with logic is disconnected for that particular amount of time, that program is not yet over. Because with subconscious mind, there is no logic, right? And the trauma and its impact is getting stored in the subconscious mind. And this awareness does not come to the child that the trauma is actually over. There is no end boundary to the trauma. And that in our child, because we are still alive, is still alive and stuck in that loop. That child is going round and round in the same program, and then the second incident happens similarly. That program gets even stronger, and it is a spiral in which those parts of us are stuck. So I have seen people who are fascinated with the idea that I have this issue because I had this kind of life, past life. But believe me, more healing will come and more of your authentic energy will come back to you if you find one inner child where it got started in this life. So next time, if you want to crack your pattern, think about your childhood. There will be more energy stuck for you, which can get freed through any kind of healing work.
The client that we were talking about, where we said no, that his belief and the family's belief did not match. Now, this client has taken a lot of sessions, but in most of his sessions, he would not regress below the age of 10, Gayatri, or 8?
9.
9. Because there's no memory only. His mind is not going there at all.
It's all suppressed.
Or it's all become so entangled for the child, like a sponge, no? Everything has become so, it's become like a knot. And on that knot, he has created a life by people's opinion. लोग ऐसे बोलते हैं, ऐसे ही होता है, जिंदगी में ऐसे, तो इतना सारा mental processing that no connection with my own, what is happening to me, happened to him yesterday.
So the purpose of sharing all of this is, if you are already doing whatever kind of healing, yeah, then congratulations, you are already on the track. Don't give up. Don't give up. One step at a time, you will be able to crack the pattern. I think Priya and me, we are standing examples. We have been able to crack, so that means anybody can do that. And
we were a little harder nuts to crack, maybe.
Yeah.
Because it's taken years of work. It's taken years of work.
Yeah. And the only thing that came handy was we were consistent.
Yeah.
Like if my therapist once gave me a homework, I did that for 3 years. Every day. And I could see the result. But I made that kind of commitment and that worked. So, that will never leave you disappointed, believe me, if you're consistent with your healing work. That's one thing. If you find a carpet which you find it is unhealthy and you have created whole life based upon that, it could be disappointing after the session today, but that is a good news, because it will show you something much bigger about yourself. Behind every trauma and every coping, there is a very, very big, equally big resource for all of us. So you have that waiting for you. And if you are here today listening to this particular discussion, then you are not here by accident. You attracted this. We are just a medium, but you attracted this. You have been either consciously or unconsciously wanting this. That's how this has happened. We had prepared some other topic, and this just happened yesterday, that let's not do that and let's do this.
In short, yeah, like Gayatri is saying, maybe the inner child in you is listening to this. And
so even if it sounds disappointing, take it as a good news and do whatever you can do to look at that carpet in your own capacity. You don't have to break any of your coping before you feel you are ready. But you can always take one small baby step, and that one step will give you some more strength, some more resource. With that, you will be able to take next.
So basically, we should be aware of the patterns going on in our life, or the area where we are facing some problem, but we are coping with it. No, we are not liking it, but we feel ki we can't do without it also, the situations or type.
और we
That's
are
it.
too scared to let go of the entire coping because ये चला जाएगा तो पता नहीं जीने के मायने ही बदल जाएंगे, तो मैं क्यों छोड़ूं? तो मैं थोड़ा थोड़ा हीलिंग करके और ऑफ इशू को वैसे ही रखूं.
Yeah, but the important part is we should be aware of na actual में क्या pattern है. Otherwise it becomes a belief system and we carry on कि life happens like this और ऐसे ही ठीक ऐसे ही सबके साथ होता है ऐसे ही something or other is going to happen. कोई के साथ कुछ होता है कोई के साथ कुछ होता है ऐसे.
I think to recognize such patterns, we all can take on doing one simple exercise every day. So before you go to sleep, scan your entire day. And if there is anything incomplete for you in your head, do something about it in your mind, in your head, so that you feel complete for that day at least. It's something like, let's say something happened with somebody in the family and you are feeling a certain way, and before the day is ending you are not able to do anything about it. So at least sit, give yourself a moment to feel that emotion and say that tomorrow I will do something about this. Maybe I'll sit and think first what to do, or maybe I'm clear, I'll go and talk to that person and what I'll talk. So
you mean
will
to say कि if we are going through something is some emotion is hurting us, something incident is being hurting us, so we shouldn't let it go, no?
Don't leave it कि ऐसे ही होता है and just सो जाओ, छोड़ दो, मत करो, बैठो उसके साथ. आपकी क्लैरिटी में जो कुछ दिखाई देता है उतना उसको कंप्लीट करो. नहीं कंप्लीट होता है तो बोलो फिलहाल मेरे पास इसका जवाब नहीं है एंड आई एम फीलिंग दिस वे, एंड फील द इमोशन एंड टेल योरसेल्फ कि आज के लिए इतना. एंड इवेंचुअली यू विल स्टार्ट नोटिसिंग द पैटर्न कि ये रिपीटेटिवली होता है. ये लास्ट वीक में 2 बार हुआ है, ये लास्ट 1 महीने में 5 या 6 बार हुआ है अलग अलग लोगों के साथ. So you will start noticing a pattern, either in your reactions or when you go through the situation, your internal world, think how you react in your head, at least where you react, where you avoid reacting, because mind is made for survival. So where it is not able to fight, it will take a flight. तो आपको पैटर्न्स नजर आएंगे कि मैं कहाँ ट्रिगर होती हूँ,
सब अपना कार्मिक अकाउंट एंड इट्स गोइंग टू फिनिश एक्सेप्ट करने से. नॉर्मली हम लोग ये फिलॉसफी पे फॉलो करते हैं ना कि लाइफ में जो भी हो रहा है कार्मिक अकाउंट्स ही हो रहा है, एंड इफ वी डोंट रेजिस्ट इट्स गोइंग टू फिनिश, वी
So,
एक्सेप्ट इट।
yeah, as a general statement, you are very much right. But one size doesn't fit everyone. तो हमें नहीं पता किसका कार्मिक कनेक्ट क्या है और वहां पे क्या अप्रोप्रिएट होगा। किसी के लिए खड़े होकर फाइट करना सही होगा, किसी के लिए लेट गो करके डायरेक्शन चेंज करना सही होगा। तो वी कांट से कि आप भी यही करो। दैट्स व्हाई पर्सनलाइज्ड वर्क and no ready-made solutions. Like we can't give you a ready-made solution. हेमा के लिए जो वर्क किया वो आपके लिए करेगा, या आपके लिए जो वर्क किया वो मेरे लिए करेगा। We don't know.
So how it comes up solution?
That's why we said do this, sitting with yourself, knowing your own patterns, and if necessary, take help.
So I would want to say something over here. I think all of us present in this webinar now, in different ways, if you have not till today, come out of generalizations. When we say one size doesn't fit all, कि क्या solution है इस चीज का, ये ऑफ हैंड बोलना बहुत मुश्किल है, क्योंकि अगर हमने यहाँ पे एक सॉल्यूशन दिया फॉर एग्जांपल, तो ये हर किसी को प्रेजेंट ओवर हियर वैलिड होगा ही नहीं। तो ये जो जनरलाइजेशंस हैं कि सबके साथ यही होता है, नो लेडीज के साथ जो भी है, जो भी बिलीव्स है, इवन फॉर एग्जांपल maybe someone in this group is very ambitious and for them money is very important. For someone else, maybe the belief systems around money is very different. So it's very difficult for Gayatri and me to even generalize any solution. We are leaving you with questions today, rather. We are leaving you open-ended. कि आप सोचो, आप कौन से कार्पेट पे खड़े हो, क्या है आपका वाटर जो नॉर्मल बन चुका है आपके लिए, क्या है जो चीजें जो आपको खटकती थी कभी तो जिंदगी में और अभी आपने एक्सेप्ट कर लिया कि ये मेरे साथ ऐसा ही है, या इस पर्सन के साथ ऐसा ही होगा, या मेरा बिहेव मैं ऐसी ही हूं, मैंने जनरलाइज कर लिया। We would want
ये शेयर करिएगा वापस से समझना। आई वांट टू शेयर विद पीपल आल्सो। ये वेबिनार का पॉइंट बहुत अच्छा है। तो
how do I understand? Sorry, you finish, I'll talk later. How do I understand मैं कौन से कारपेट पे बिल्ड कर रही हूँ सब चीजें? What is the carpet? How do I understand that carpet?
So again, we can't generally, like in a general answer, we can't give you. But if you talk about your own life, either to your therapist or sit with yourself and think, ये कहाँ से है, तो आपको दिखाई देगा। और आपको तो इजीली दिखाई देगा बिकॉज आप थेरेपिस्ट हो। फ्लिप साइड ऑफ बिकमिंग अ थेरेपिस्ट और बीइंग अ थेरेपिस्ट इज सब वर्क हम खुद से करेंगे तो नहीं होगा। And we have more danger of getting into that कि I already know it.
Yeah.
And when we sit in front of anybody else, giving away the hat of therapist and becoming the client. But if you have somebody, at least talk. For that matter, I think Priya shared that we have these talk sessions, you know, where you just come and talk. We schedule a talk session for our clients and we just uninterruptedly listen to them. And in that sometimes we find something and we just ask them the question so that they can find it for themselves. We don't tell them that this is what it is for them. So for example, Hema, even if you come and we do a talk session, there I won't tell you ye aapka ye carpet hai. We will ask you right questions so that you distinguish कि हाँ ये मेरा carpet है. क्योंकि जब अंदर से आता है ना तो वो इंसाइट होता है, बाहर से आता है तो वो किसी ने दिया हुआ बोरोड नॉलेज है। तो बोरोड नॉलेज इज लाइक गूगल सबके पास है और किसी को बहुत बेनिफिट हो रहा है, हम नहीं बोल सकते वैसा। तो you can schedule that session with us, or if you have a therapist, you can do that with a colleague. See what works.
And I want to give one suggestion, Gayatri, if that is ये कि to understand the carpet, as Gayatri said, कोई seed sow किया तो वो grow होना है. तो you can first things foremost you can ask कहाँ पे मैं effort डाल रही हूँ पर effort के हिसाब से मुझे result नहीं मिल रहा. Relationship हो सकता है, career हो सकता है, money हो सकता है, health हो सकता है. Could be any aspect of your life for that matter. Ideas हो सकते हैं.
जहाँ मैं efforts डाल रही हूँ but result नहीं मिल रहा है वैसा. So I have to stop taking effort in that direction and step back.
No, just make a notice कि यहाँ कुछ pattern है. और यहाँ शायद मैं जो एफर्ट ले रही हूँ उसका कारपेट हेल्दी नहीं है.
अच्छा.
Yeah.
So basically, carpet is the base.
Based on
From
which it's you can call it anything. You can call it foundation. You can call it
Blueprint.
ground on which you are living. We are using the word carpet because in the flow that's what came to us.
So for example, if a female, like for example, I'll just take it on me only. So for example, if I am having a lot of peace, I'm happy in the marital relationship, everything is there, but there is no joy. तो इसका कारपेट क्या हो सकता है? बिकॉज सब कुछ ठीक है, अच्छा है, सब कुछ अच्छा ही है, मैरिटल रिलेशनशिप अच्छी है, अच्छा है, पैसा है, सब कुछ है, पीस भी है, बट जॉय नहीं है. तो हाउ you understood?
Yeah.
I've been there. I want to share my experience only, Shilpa, in this. So the intention of getting into therapy when I started therapy for myself was exactly what you're saying. Everything was working in my life. My marriage was good. My children were happy. My family was good. Finances were flowing. I had a good career. But I was peaceful, I can say, but I was not joyful. Rather, I can say I was depressed. So for me, I think the biggest hurdle was to live, to understand earth and live. The fear of living, जो बोलते हैं ना, the fear of going through emotions, the fear of going through fear, going through pain, going through sadness, living those emotions. So that basic rooting into my own life was not there. So when I started work with Gayatri, I started with decoding my sadness. I said, what am I sad for? Let me understand that. Then sadness went, then guilt went, then helplessness came, then anger came, then again sadness came, then something else came, then rage came. So all these, when it started breaking down, then I realized, oh, मेरा ना so-called existential नहीं बोल सकते, but connect with who I am and what I want only नहीं है. तो उसमें बहुत सारी चीजें बदली ना. I changed careers. I had to give up certain things. Many things were not working in my life. Some people छूट गए. काफी सारी चीजें. I had difficult. My family had a difficulty understanding me because I was changing as a person, but I felt happy.
तो जॉय के पीछे सैडनेस ही है, इसका मतलब.
You can also ask yourself one simple question. That what is your ideal scenario about that particular aspect for which you are doing everything. थोड़ा ये कर लूं, थोड़ा वो कर लूं, थोड़ा ये हील कर लूं, क्योंकि आइडियलिस्टिक मेरा मुझे ये चाहिए. तो in order to achieve that, मैं क्या क्या कर रही हूँ उसमें समझेगा कि मैं कहाँ खुद को मैनिपुलेट कर रही हूँ. मैनिपुलेट एज इन वो कोपिंग से आ रहा है. तो दैट कुड बी द कार्पेट.
So what is the question? What is my ideal scenario?
Yeah, in my mind which I'm trying to achieve in this situation कि ये ऐसे ही दिखना चाहिए. इससे 1% भी अलग दिखाई दिया तो वो जॉय नहीं मिलेगा. So to achieve that I'm trying to do everything, and from where is that, अगर वो नहीं हुआ exactly वैसे, then how do I feel about myself or about people or about life? That will tell you the carpet.
बिकॉज वो पूरा मिलने के बाद भी जॉय नहीं मिला ना. आइडियल था, आउटर वर्ल्ड में सब आइडियल था. एज यू आर सेइंग एवरीथिंग इज फाइन फॉर अ पर्सन XYZ दैट यू सेड. ये तो बाहर आइडियल वर्ल्ड में मिल रहा है ना, बट यहाँ नहीं है.
तो मिल भी जाएगा ना कल. फॉर एग्जाम्पल मैरिज में वो जॉय आ जाएगा, वो आइडियल सिनेरियो क्रिएट होने से. तब भी ये कारपेट अगर है तो ये फीलिंग नहीं जाएगी. Like that. So you can sit and ask yourself this question, see if you find any clarity.
Yeah.
And if you don't find any clarity, then that will also be a sort of clarity. That this direction is not something that will give you answer. Something else will work for you.
Yeah.
And there could be good news also, you know, like certain areas you can say, wow, this is working.
Yeah.
Unknowingly, I've been creating wealth. I've been living the life that I want.
Yeah. Something I feel the connection with our own self is only lost.
Yeah.
Because we keep fulfilling others, especially in India, maybe not in India, but in Asian culture, maybe.
Could be. Yeah. So Rucha is asking if we can give any simple example where there was an insight about or realization about a pattern, and then that pattern, you know, knowing that pattern helped us. So if you are asking by doing some self work or by trying to understand life after doing some healing, then I can share something about my own journey, where I had a strong need to help people or strong need to give something. So at times, giving what they are not even asking for. So a few years back, my nephew was going through a major health issue, and he was quite young child, and he was in hospital, and I was in lot of pain. And I would keep suggesting my brother and my bhabhi to, you know, do certain things and actively do healings. And I would suggest and they would listen to it. They would be open for any passive healing like me doing Reiki for his health. But they would not come forward, and I would still keep pushing in this or that way. And end of the day, I would keep feeling very angry. And when I was discussing this with my therapist, he distinguished it for me that I don't have much, like as much say in my nephew's life as his parents have. And they have everything available, and they are doing their best in their own possible ways. You know, they were trying to give him best of the medical treatment and keeping open for any prayers and any other things. They were open for if I did any passive healing. But my need to give was coming in the way, and I was pushing them. And this was not about them, this was about me. And when I could see that on that particular call, then I could do something about it. Of course, the pattern didn't go in one session. because that was coming from a deep rooted hurt inner child who was actually trying to help her parents all those years and then improving life from that angle. So a lot of growth happened in my life from the perspective that something is wrong, so things needs to be improved. So that one call which gave me one insight that I'm trying to help people without them asking for help was showed entire way of I was living my life. But that took some time, approximately few months or a year, and consistent sessions. And after that, I started taking step back and allowing people in my life to decide what they want. And I got so much of ease for my own self, like so much of hard work that I used to do, that I stopped doing. And maybe part of that pattern is still going away. So, I hope, Rucha, that helps you to understand. But after noticing a pattern, the real journey will begin. And not because it is wrong to have a pattern, but because your true self lies somewhere else, not in that pattern. So nothing is wrong. If somebody makes a choice to continue living life the way they are living, that's also okay. Nobody is like, it's nobody's job to judge it. But it's just a consequence that they are not able to live what they are meant for, or they are trying to find. So, from that perspective, you can go and seek such patterns and sit with it. Be uncomfortable for a while, it will help you. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. We hope that this helps. If you have any questions or if you want to talk anytime about any of such things, we will be more than happy to be there. Yeah.
Thank you so much. It was amazing. It made me start thinking now. You're right. There are a lot of patterns and a lot of carpets below me. Not one, more than one, definitely.
We got a
That,
lot of
that's now the
compliments.
word healing. We are never healed. We all are
No,
healed.
healing. I know. I know.
I would like to share one thing very beautiful which I read just yesterday. So there's this very renowned physician who's a healer called as Gabomate. If I'm pronouncing his name right, Gabormate is his name. And he is around 80 years old. So he's written in his book that when he was 71, there was an incident which happened in his life. When he was 71, okay, he already was a physician, practicing healer, conducts retreats all over the world. He, his wife, his children, all of them are into enriching life. And at 71, there's something that he did which brought him back to an inner child who was 1.5 years old. And he was triggered. He was triggered for 2 days. So what I got inspired when I read that was when we take over the journey of healing or when we become therapists, we somewhere say we know and we are healed and we know things. But so conceptually we know a lot of things, but when we live, we are still triggered. We still live in the grip. So when we are speaking from there, I think a constant reflection, whichever profession we are in, whether we practice as healers, therapists, or any other place, I think a constant reflection about life is what is the journey of life about, no? Enriching it better. So that's the quest which Gayatri and I believe in. And if when it came from Gabomate, I was more than happy to say, oh, at 71 also he's reflecting, meaning that yes, we are allowed to make our mistakes too.
So even a past life regression can help in this releasing this blueprint which comes, right? To release the.
It can.
Thank you so much. It was wonderful. We all got
Yeah.
home.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Please send this
Bye-bye.
recording to me. I want to hear it again.
Sure. We shall share.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Bye. Good
Bye.
night.
Bye. Good night. Bye.